Okay, so on Twitter, after responding a few times to Farron Cousins, I got this tweet by Donald Trump. It just showed up, and it's just annoying considering the fact that I'm not even following him. But it says most of the MS-13 gang members indicted and arrested in LA were illegal aliens, 19 of 22. They are said to have killed many people in the most brutal fashion. They should never have been allowed in our country for so long, 10 years. We have arrested and deported thousands of gang members. In particular, MS-13, ICE, and Border Patrol are doing a great job. Now, as fair weather as Donald Trump is, if any ICE or whatnot agent leader said anything negative about Trump, he would just start insulting them and saying that they are fake and all this other stuff. But I guess I should just break this down a little bit by little bit. Yes, MS-13 is a violent, brutal gang. So are and yet were, because they're in flux, the Bloods and Crips and other gang members. However, no gang member, including MS-13, has murdered more people than the pharmaceutical company or our past presidents or our current gangs in black and blue that we call law enforcement, peacekeepers, all of that other stuff. They haven't, and they can't. Because MS-13 don't kill people every day, although they are a vast gang. Basically, join us or die. Can you do anything less? So you join them so you don't die. You kill others so you don't get killed. Mob mentality. It's pretty much the same thing religion's done. You can join us or die. You don't want to join our religion. You're doing it wrong. You're praying to the wrong God. We'll kill you. And anyone like you, you're a heathen because you don't believe in our God. And heathens must die. Yes, that has been a thing. And in some cases, it still is. Timothy McVeigh, religious. Dylan Roof, religious. Christian, might I add. I want to throw that out at you, So, just breathe that in. But you're talking about LA. There are more places in LA. They're in Tejas. They're in all of extreme south and mid-south California. They're in tiny parts of Nevada. They've been spotted in Georgia, pieces of Florida, lots of places. MS-13 is massive. And they also, you can't regulate them. It is what it is. You don't want MS-13 here, then you got to fight fire with fire, in all honesty. You got to drive them out. You can't just deport them. I mean, if you take a rat or a mouse out of your house and put it across the street, it's going to come back. The cat came back the very next day. And anyone says no one comes back from dead. So while MS-13 is dangerous, what do we got? I mean, our president of the United States is allowing deregulation of all of these companies that are murdering people. I mean, come on. The only reason it's not murder for them is because it's lawful to sell cocaine and heroin, in weird amounts in other pills to push it on others and get them hooked. And then blame them when they have to go to an actual drug dealer because the business suit drug dealer has jacked up the prices so they can get it. Sounds a little familiar. On the street, hey, have a little taste and then you'll be back. I'll give it to you for cheap for a little bit. Now the prices have gone up. How bad do you want it? That's what pharmaceuticals have done. They get you hooked on the stuff. You take it. The pain goes away. Now you become chemical dependent. And then after about 2 or 3 years, after millions and millions of people are hooked on it, they jack up the prices. What you going to do to get it? You can't afford it, you'll find other ways. Break up some crack cocaine or heroin, and you'll try to get it. Trump has allowed this, and he finds it okay. Honestly, every president is far more worse than any MS-13, Blood, Crip, or anything like that. And you can't call the Ku Klux Klan a gang not affiliated with the presidency, because they were senators, congressmen. That's what they were. KKK were them. And they was ruling the country just like they are now. They just took off the bedroom sheets and stuff and put on suits. So that's what's going on there. But he says 10 years. MS-13's been here for longer than 10 years. And just deporting them, they'll just find their way back. ICE and Border Patrol agents have been raping and beating people for crazy amount of time. Oh wait, since their inception. And you know something? It's not going to end. Even if we get a new president, it won't end. Why? Because of cowardice. Instead of saying, this is done, we'll find something new, you're all fired and you're going to be prosecuted. Instead of that, it will be, how do we work with them to get them to do their jobs better and not hurt others? You don't go to someone who is violent, just known for violence, and say, how do we get you to be less violent? Or get you to turn your ways around? It don't work that way. You lock them up, you get them away from general society. That's what you do when somebody is violent. Not violent rhetoric, not violent, fake, raging tweets and stuff. I'm talking about actual tweets of, this person needs to go. They need to go back to where they came from. They need to be silenced. Just hurt them. All this stuff that Trump has been saying. That's what needs to happen. Change has to happen. Because, hey, if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. Ain't that how that goes? So if we can't change, we won't change. And that's pretty much all I got to say about this. So before closing, just to say, please check out www.tinyurl.com CRbanking. Check that out. Get a little $25. Get me $25. And then get your own referral link and then send it to someone that you like and or know. Spread the love, spread the word. Better banking. Join the aspiration. This has been Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.